All right, I want to show this product that I put into my wife's car as her Christmas present. Totally blew me away. It's actually making me seriously think about getting one for my truck. All right, let's go ahead, jump into the car and see what I got her. Oh man, there it is right there. All right, this is a double-din 8-inch screen entertainment unit. It's not just an entertainment unit, it's a GPS, just everything in it. Runs on an Android 9 OS, and let me tell you, man, this thing is absolutely phenomenal. Already, look at that. Oh. This thing is absolutely cool. As I said, I'm really seriously contemplating about getting one for the truck. Now, the reason for that is this particular unit right here. It actually comes with torque. Man, I'm seriously really impressed with this thing. Check this out. It's very smooth. This is what I'm really impressed about. Gaia GPS. Oh yeah. I am blown out of the water with this deck. It's absolutely awesome. Very smooth, as you can see with the transition between the screens. Model specific deck, which is really cool. I didn't have to get a faceplate or anything. It actually was specific for the deck. But the real more important question is, I got one of my daughters over here. Say hi. Hi. So what do you think about Mommy's new deck?
It's so awesome. And it could play YouTube songs on YouTube.
Yeah? That's really cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what's your thoughts about me getting one for the Yukon? You think I should? Yeah. All right, so it's settled. Let's get one for the Yukon.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're back in the truck here. I actually got the deck in, so let's actually do a quick unboxing right now, see what comes inside. This is the review camera that I'm gonna go with. It's actually pretty nice. It got some good reviews. I have this on my wife's car. I'm really happy with it. It just bolts up to your license plate, and yeah. What's really cool is these LED lights that are in here, they actually are white. So when you hook it up to the reverse lights and you put it into reverse, this acts like as a third reverse light, which is pretty cool. But for the deck itself, this actually came, I bought this on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description below. Very nice. It almost looks like a present. Well, technically this is probably my Christmas present to myself. Yeah, so let's go ahead, open this up. Okay, so here is the box. Let's see what's inside. We open it up. We have our first package of cables. We have our second package of cables. And then the head unit itself. Oh wait, hold on. There's no manual. There's no instruction. I'm gonna have to give him a call. When I opened up my wife's deck, what was here was actually an instruction manual or user's manual, installation manual, and there was like an envelope here that said thank you for purchasing this, and it gave me a warranty card. So I am gonna have to call them and see what happened to this. Oh, that's gonna look nice. Very nice. All right, we have everything. Let's go ahead, get it in here. Now, it is cold. I ended up actually warming up the truck. Everything is nice and warm. Actually, it's a little bit more than warm. Did that purposely so that when I'm prying on these panels, plastic, cold, doesn't mix, they break. So warm up everything and it works. Now, one thing before I go on, I did this actually to my wife's car, and I have to get it back, is make sure you take the CDs out. Okay, so just to show you what I did over here, the GPS is going to go on this side of the windshield, right about in there. And then the microphone is right there on the A-pillar, on the top of the A-pillar. Ran the wire in here, pulled back on this, ran it in the inside. There it is, you can see right there. Came all the way down up to here, and then inside zip tied it right there and right into the dash coming out here. Okay, so the next is I gotta find a spot to actually put the Wi-Fi antenna, and I think I'm gonna put it right here in the very back. You can see this plastic right about in here. It's nice and long, it's clean. I think I'm gonna put it on that. So the thing that I'm running into here is which one is which. Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, I'm gonna check online and see what I find. All right, so plugged it in, connected the battery just to see if it turned on, and it did. So the way that I wired it, this one here, this black one, it fits the slot. Now I was having the problems with these two ones. Oh, great, my light just went out. Okay, so with these two ones over here, the purple and the gray one, if you look down in here, you'll see like a slider. That slider is slightly off to one side, and the gray one is right down in the middle. All right, so now I'm just gonna put everything back inside. At this point, I'm checking the audio levels to make sure that everything is working. I'm increasing the volume here so that I can hear. So I found out that there is no bass and no audio that's playing. What I decided to do is to get into the EQs over here, crank up all the bass, maybe bring down a little bit of the treble, just to see if I can get some bass playing, and nothing. When I had this Bose adapter, it was playing so much highs and so much mids, no bass. I was like, what the heck? And so I took everything out, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try plugging this in. Try plugging in the deck without this adapter. I don't need the adapter. It sounds really good. So now that I have everything the way that I want it, I'm gonna put everything back together. Alright, so I guess it's time to wrap up this video. Okay, so I've had this deck in for the last 3 weeks. It's been performing pretty good. There's a couple of things that I don't like about it. There's a couple of things that, actually quite a few things I do like about it. Now for Eonon, yeah, I'm still having a hard time pronouncing this name. The customer service, man, it really needs to be brought up to par. All right, so I am still waiting after 3.5 weeks for them to get back to me, and that there's some features on this thing that's not working and it's not the greatest. I am going to show you the pros and the cons of this deck. Now we'll start with the pros. Is a very smooth interface, very smooth. The thing that I was having the most trouble with was dealing and moving around the widgets or these icons. But I managed to do it. Literally, if you want to move this, like when you have one of the screens full like this, you can't. You literally have to get these widgets out of the way to make room for this one. So we're gonna put this one back. The other thing that I really like, and I put on the front here, is that I'm able to run my Gaia GPS programming, which is really cool. Another pro to this is the actual GPS system. Now there are 2 versions of that I know of anyways, but there might be more. But there's 2 versions of satellites. You have your US satellites, and then you have the GLONASS, which is by the Russian satellites. Now if we go back to home here, you can go into settings, navigation, scroll all the way down to the bottom here at the bottom, so you can see that this does work on both systems, both the American and the Russian satellites, which is really cool. The sound in this is friggin' awesome. I just want to note that the vibration on the screen that you're actually seeing is not me shaking the armrest, but it's actually the sound waves that's shaking the truck itself and the camera. So that's pretty cool. Let's see it again. Yeah, so that's pretty crazy, even with the stabilization in this camera. Anyway, so let's get out of here, get into, let's play a movie. And it's going to be super loud. Yeah, I'll bring it right down. Hey, smile for the camera. Yeah. Yeah, it's still a little bit loud. So I am going to try to get a hold of Eonon and try to get this fixed, see if we can figure this out. And yeah, otherwise the deck, I'm happy with it. As I said, I'm really happy the fact that I was able to download Gaia GPS. Bluetooth is pretty good. The connectivity with the phone is really good. We have the option of a front camera over here, as you can see. I don't have it plugged in. As well as when you put the truck into reverse, you have your reverse camera. I haven't hooked that up yet, but I will be going to. And torque. Now I do have to get the OBD2 Bluetooth, the proper one for this. This deck cannot recognize the VPeak Bluetooth adapter that I have. Oh, that's okay. Okay, some of the downfalls quickly is the volume. I'm gonna turn on my phone over here. I'm dead quiet right now. Okay, so 42, 43. As I'm talking here, it's peaking at around 72. Now, when I turn the music on, so I had to mute out this clip because I didn't want to get a copyright infringement. But as you can see, the decibel reader and what volume level 1 is making. So as you can see, it was averaging about 68, 69 decibels. Now that's not really good, because if I'm talking to my wife and I want to have some music in the background, I can't really have that because the music is literally as loud as I'm talking. Really wish it was be able to be quieter, but again, I'm going to try my hardest to get a hold of these guys. I'm going to talk to them about that. All in all, it's a pretty good deck. Now comparing it to my wife's deck, it's a completely different user interface. To be honest with you, I really like my wife's radio better than this one. Now with the cons, like I already mentioned, the audio, it is too loud on level 1. It should be down to maybe about 40 decibels, 45 decibels. But you can probably see this right here. Watch. So the radio is actually making this panel pop up. Now the way it's doing that is, I'm going to show you a picture. So you can see those 4 holes on the corner of the radios, which is supposed to be for the specific vehicle type radio. This panel, or the trim that you see, is actually clicks into there. There are 4 pins that, there's actually more than 4 pins, but the 2 pins that are in there click in there. Now what's happening is that the radio itself is actually a couple of millimeters too narrow. And because when these clips go inside, the radio squeezes it together, which bubbles this out. And at the same time, if you look over here, the radio is actually flush and pretty snug against the edge here. But then when you look on the other side, there's a pretty big gap right there, and it's also, you can see that this is being pushed in. So that is it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. The install was not for the faint of heart. I'm gonna probably have to give this maybe about a 3 out of 5. You do need some patience, actually quite a bit of patience, and you need to know, what's going on with the wires. Instructions wasn't really that great, because I think that was for a different model. It was for an older model, but we managed. It worked out. That's what's important. Until the next time, maybe we'll see you out there. Bye.